Now, believe it or not, today's first guest has been in the music biz for over 25 years. But she's not about to take her foot off the pedal anytime soon. Here to tell us what's coming next for her, please welcome Beverley Knight. Looking beautiful.
Whistles and everything.
I know.
Like, where was he when we came on?
No,
thank you.
we were. I don't know if you were watching the show just before you came on. Obviously, just before the break. Obviously, things were getting really heated. Talking about Meghan and Harry and what have you. The whole country's getting heated about it. Really keen to hear what your thoughts are.
We are right now quite an angry and I think it's fair to say a divided country at the minute, which breaks my heart as someone who just loves being British and, you know, born here, raised here. I think we have to be able to talk openly and honestly about all aspects of bigotry, whether it be racism or anti-Semitism, homophobia, sexism, things that filter in an insidious way into so many people's lives. And we have to take our own kind of hurtness, I know it's not a word, but you get what I mean, out of it, and just we need to be able to honestly sit and analyse, criticise, you know, and then move forward. Otherwise, we're doomed to just always be regressive and backpedaling.
And Sarah made a really good point that obviously we were many people were so full of hope when Harry and Meghan got married, and obviously they could have done so much to change everything that you've just said there from the inside. Do you think they should have stuck at it a little bit longer?
I don't know if I could have faced what were obvious slings and arrows for as long as that in such a public way. That would be tough, especially with a baby.
Wouldn't you just not read it?
Yeah. I mean, these days, you know what it's like. You're in the public eye. You know that no matter what you say and how you say it, there is going to be criticism and attack.
You'll
just shut stuff
Camilla
down.
Parker Bowles got terrible criticism.
And so
Kate
did
in the early days.
Absolutely, in the earlier days. I mean, after a while, you do shut it down, but it does permeate and make its way into the general, if you like, atmosphere of a country, and that hostility can just be like...
But do you think it's about racism, or do you just think it's about otherism, if you like, you know, because she's from America and homesick?
I think it's all of the above. I think it's all of the above. I think there is an otherism. I saw some references to her being called, like, the Yoko Ono of the royal family, which I thought was like, come on now. And, you know, Wallis Simpson, which I was like, nah, nah, definitely not. I think, otherism, race, certainly in a kind of casual dog whistly way, played its part. May not be the whole story.
Surely only with an ignorant few. I mean, my worry about this is because there's a lot of stuff coming out of America that's painting Britain as this some kind of like ignorant backwater where racism is still,
which is worrying because
it's not true.
We have my lived experience of, you know, being here in Britain is that I've had a relatively easy time of it. There has been some issues.
Oh, I'm not saying racism doesn't exist.
No, of course,
absolutely
it does exist, but it exists in every corner of every society.
But you should be able to criticise somebody because you don't like something that they've done, irrespective of, you know, whether they're white or black or, you know...
Absolutely. And I think there needs to be some kind of grounds to criticise them, whereas what I seem to have seen from the whole Meghan situation is it just seems like the minute she landed, she just got lobbed with just abuse and
wedding.
things.
Everybody loved that wedding.
That was just the wedding. That felt like an anomaly, though. For me, that was anomalous.
With open arms.
And then came the comparisons, and then came the, no matter what she did, it was like, we're going to find a way
Beverley,
to...
you know what? You were in an industry in this country
Yeah.
where it was male-dominated,
Yeah.
not many black artists at that time, but you stuck it out and you're here with us to talk
Yeah.
about your music today. So what I'm trying to say, it's not easy, but you know what? If you stick at it and you've got an objective and you've got a goal, you were my role model. I looked at you and I was like, yeah, I can relate to Beverley, you know, probably gone through the same things. And I think that's...
Not the same voice, though.
Not the same voice. Not the same voice.
In fact,
the same voice.
25
25
years. I'm here looking at you thinking, 25 years?
It has.
25
Yeah.
years.
It's honestly, it's free.
And inspired and motivated so many people. But let's talk about your music.
Well, you're doing a gig at the Roundhouse on the 1st of February. You're playing a one-off gig there. But I want to hear as well about the Drifters Girl. This sounds really interesting.
Oh, well, we're talking about fighting fires and things. I play in the Drifters Girl the amazing Faye Treadwell, who took on the management of the Drifters. There she is.
Wow.
She managed the Drifters with her husband, George Treadwell. And then George, very early on in his life and in their career, he died suddenly. And she said, well, I'm just going to carry on and manage these guys. They looked at her with absolute resentment. America looked at her in shock and horror. So she was fighting, you know, racism. It was ingrained in the law over there.
Sexism.
Huge sexism. She brought the Drifters to Britain and they just became a global phenomenon because of this woman's determination and vision. And
yet I've never heard this story before.
No.
Exactly. So it's telling the story of you'll hear the Drifters' music. I have the honour of singing a few of those songs, but uniquely from the perspective of the woman who was the driving force. She was really the Drifter. She owned Drifters Incorporated.
Brilliant.
So she pushed them through and the rest is history.
Do you think you could have played this role earlier on in your career, or do you think it's the fact that you have been, as Sarah said, you've been in the business 25 years now, you're pretty solid in terms of you know where you are, what you are and where you're going?
I do not think I could have played this role if I was younger. It needed the age, the lived experience, the maturity. To play a woman of such renown, you know, I couldn't be 21 trying to step into these great big shoes, you know, and try in any way to fill them. I needed to at least know life a little bit. And whilst I'm not African-American, you know, I certainly understand from a female perspective how tough her role
and especially
would
in
have
those
been.
times.
In those
My
times.
goodness.
Before you go, I just quickly wanted to ask you, because you had a phenomenal reaction to the last time that you came on the show, didn't you? Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, I was just so thrilled to be able to step into the role of another phenomenal woman. And it's just been extraordinary, you know, this time that I've had in theatre. And I love what I do. I love that I can play a role, you know, various different roles, roles, someone who's not even my colour, you know, it doesn't matter. I just get to play at strong, fabulous female characters. I love it. I love it.
Amazing.
Oh, it's wonderful. Really lovely to have you on today, Beverley. And thanks for being so open and frank as well. Really interesting talking with you. And best of luck with all of that. You're going to be busy.
Yes.
All right.